Scream 4 was released in 2011, 11 years after the third one, and the story takes place 15 years after the events of the first one. So in this story, Sidney Prescott becomes a world's best-selling author. And she is selling books based off her experiences with Ghostface. Now she is dragged back into the fray when another copycat killer comes to town. He's already claimed 2 victims. This time, Sidney's cousin Jill becomes the center of the film. Jill and her friends, they receive a phone call from the killer, and they are being targeted. Everybody in the film is a suspect. We don't know who the killer is. So the city is on they're on high alert. So Sidney, she's brought back into Woodsboro, and she has to defend her sister from the Ghostface. And the story, just like the third one, this one it's also very personal. And there was a twist at the end that Sidney didn't quite expect. Neither did I. As far as my thoughts on Scream 4, I like it. I'll give it a 10 out of 10. You know, the kills in this movie, they're a lot more bloody. There's more gore. There's one scene where one of the victims gets killed. There's blood everywhere, and her intestines are gutted out. It's pretty nasty stuff. And again, I like the personal story. The plot is kind of unpredictable, although I did read the spoilers, but I still have my doubts. The killer revealed in this movie, it's Sidney's cousin, Jill Roberts. She is jealous of Sidney's fame, and she wants to put an end to Sidney Prescott. So once again, another story centering around Sidney. So I'm kind of getting a little bit tired of the Sidney Prescott stories. Kind of wish they would move on from her. That's kind of why I prefer the TV series over the movies, because they focus on different people. Scream season 1 and 2, they were more focused on Willa Fitzgerald, and Scream season 3, they're focused on other people. But it's still a Sidney Prescott story. I don't know how much longer they can continue to involve Neve Campbell in these movies. Eventually, I'd like to see Scream move on to a new character, away from Woodsboro. Have the film be set in Chicago, Detroit, or Los Angeles. But I like the violence, I like the plot, the reveal. I guess it makes sense. Scream 4, I think it's pretty good. I'm going to give this one another 10 out of 10. So what's next for the new Scream? Scream 5, or just Scream, the first Scream not directed by Wes Craven, because he dies 4 years after Scream 4. See you guys for the review of the new one.